The human body is a complex and fascinating machine. It's like a bustling city with different systems working together. One crucial part of this intricate network is the spinal cord. Think of it as the body's information superhighway. The spinal cord is responsible for carrying messages between the brain and the rest of the body. These messages control everything from our movements to our senses. Imagine you touch a hot stove. Your hand jerks back even before you feel the pain. That's the spinal cord in action, triggering a reflex to protect you. The spinal cord is a vital link that keeps us functioning and responding to the world around us. Without the spinal cord, our brains would be like isolated islands, unable to communicate with the rest of our bodies. The spinal cord is a long, delicate structure that runs down the center of our backs. It is a vital part of our central nervous system, acting as a conduit for signals between the brain and the rest of the body. It's protected by the bony vertebrae of our spine, which form a sturdy yet flexible column. This column not only supports our body, but also ensures that the spinal cord remains safe from injury. Think of the vertebrae as individual shields, safeguarding this vital pathway. Each vertebra is uniquely shaped to interlock with the next, creating a protective barrier around the spinal cord. The spinal cord itself is like a thick cable made up of millions of nerve fibers. These fibers are intricately organized, allowing for efficient communication between the brain and the body. These fibers are bundled together in pathways, each carrying specific types of information. Some pathways are responsible for motor functions, while others handle sensory data. Some pathways carry messages from the brain to the muscles, telling them to move. This is how we perform voluntary actions like walking, writing, or even smiling. Other pathways carry sensory information from the body back up to the brain, like the feeling of a cool breeze or a sharp pain. This sensory feedback helps us react to our environment and maintain balance and coordination. At the top, the spinal cord connects directly to the brainstem, which is the lower part of the brain. This connection is essential for integrating and processing information. This connection is crucial for relaying messages between the two. The brainstem acts as a relay station, ensuring that signals are transmitted accurately and efficiently. Along its length, the spinal cord branches out into pairs of nerves that exit the spine and travel to different parts of the body. These spinal nerves are responsible for transmitting signals to and from specific regions, enabling us to perform complex movements and respond to various stimuli. The spinal cord acts as a two-way communication highway between the brain and the body. It's like a super-fast courier service, constantly delivering messages back and forth. When you decide to move your arm, for example, the thought originates in your brain. The brain sends an electrical signal down the spinal cord through those specialized nerve pathways. This signal travels down the spinal cord and exits at the appropriate level, branching out through nerves to reach the muscles in your arm. The muscles receive the signal and contract, causing your arm to move. It's amazing how quickly this entire process happens. Similarly, when you touch something hot, sensory receptors in your skin send a message up the spinal cord to the brain. The brain interprets this signal as pain and sends a message back down the spinal cord telling your muscles to move your hand away from the source of the heat. Section 4. Reflex actions. The spinal cord's quick thinking. Sometimes, the spinal cord needs to act even faster than usual to protect us from danger. This rapid response is crucial for our survival and well-being. That's where reflex actions come in. Reflex actions are the body's way of responding to immediate threats without the delay of conscious thought. Reflexes are automatic, involuntary responses to stimuli that occur without conscious thought. They are hardwired into our nervous system to ensure we can react swiftly to potential dangers. They are the spinal cord's way of taking immediate action in potentially harmful situations. This quick thinking can be the difference between a minor injury and a major one. Remember that example of touching a hot stove? It's a perfect illustration of how reflex actions work to protect us. That's a classic reflex action. The moment your hand touches the hot surface, your body springs into action. The heat stimulates sensory receptors in your skin, which send a message racing up the spinal cord. These receptors are incredibly sensitive and can detect even the slightest change in temperature. But here's the interesting part. Instead of traveling all the way to the brain for processing, the signal is intercepted in the spinal cord itself. This interception is what allows for such a rapid response. The spinal cord then sends a direct message back down to the muscles in your arm, causing them to contract and pull your hand away from the heat. This direct communication bypasses the brain to save precious time. This entire process happens in a fraction of a second, much faster than if the signal had to travel all the way to the brain and back. The speed of this response is what makes reflex actions so effective in preventing injury. Reflex actions aren't just limited to physical stimuli like heat. They also include responses to sudden sounds, bright lights, and other unexpected events. These reflexes help us navigate and survive in a constantly changing environment. Understanding how reflex actions work gives us insight into the incredible efficiency of our nervous system. It's a testament to the body's ability to protect itself through quick, automatic responses. So next time you react instantly to a hot surface or a sudden noise, remember the spinal cord's quick thinking. It's always ready to protect you, even before you're aware of the danger. Section 5. Spinal cord injuries. A disruption in the flow. Spinal cord injuries are devastating events that can have a profound impact on a person's life. These injuries can alter the course of someone's daily activities, independence, and overall quality of life. They occur when the spinal cord is damaged, disrupting the flow of information between the brain and the body. This disruption can be caused by trauma, disease, or other medical conditions. This disruption can lead to a wide range of impairments, depending on the severity and location of the injury. Some individuals may experience partial loss of function, while others may face complete paralysis. Imagine the spinal cord as a highway, with traffic flowing smoothly in both directions. This highway allows for the seamless transmission of signals that control movement, sensation, and various bodily functions. Now imagine a major accident that blocks the highway completely. This blockage causes a significant disruption in the flow of traffic, leading to chaos and delays. That's similar to what happens in a complete spinal cord injury. The injury acts like a roadblock, preventing any signals from passing through. Messages from the brain can't get past the injury site, and neither can messages from below the injury site reach the brain. This interruption in communication can have severe consequences. This blockage can result in paralysis, which is the loss of muscle function and loss of sensation below the level of the injury. Rehabilitation and therapy become crucial in managing these conditions. The higher up the injury occurs on the spinal cord, the more extensive the impairment is likely to be. Injuries closer to the neck can affect the arms, legs, and even the ability to breathe independently, while lower injuries might impact only the legs and lower body functions. Treatment and recovery options vary widely, depending on the nature and extent of the injury. Medical professionals work tirelessly to provide the best possible care and support for those affected. Support groups, community resources, and adaptive sports can play a significant role in helping individuals regain a sense of normalcy and improve their quality of life. The journey is challenging, but with the right support, many can find ways to thrive despite their injuries.